3 men are jailed for their part in a northeast pit bull terrier fighting racket. A march planned in support of the man accused of shooting a council planning chief is cancelled. The widow of murdered shopkeeper John Sewell appeals for help in the hunt for his killer. And Middlesbrough Football Club hunts for a new manager after Colin Todd's surprise resignation.
Good evening. Also tonight we look at a new scheme which is designed to preserve our traditional countryside. And we take a look at what's been described as the find of the decade. It's at a Roman dig in deepest Northumberland.
But first, 3 North East men have been jailed for 5 months for their part in a dogfight involving 2 pit bull terriers. A 4th man was fined £500. The case at Harrogate Magistrates Court followed a lengthy investigation by RSPCA officers.
The court was told that in October last year, the police and RSPCA raided this house in the quiet village of Nid near Harrogate. There in the basement were 7 men standing watching 2 pit bull terriers savage each other. Today, 4 of the accused, who admitted various charges, appeared before the court. Magistrate Mr. Joe Humphrey turned first to John McDonnell of Harvest Way in Scarborough, who had admitted watching the fight. He was fined £500. He then asked Julian O'Donnell of Wheatley Hill in County Durham, the owner of the dog Crockett, Martin Wood of Sandringham Road in Ripon, the owner of Ben, and the fight's organiser, Nigel Lofthouse of Victoria Road in Ripon, to stand. Sentencing each to 5 months in prison, he said it was the only sentence appropriate and should act as a deterrent to anyone else who may indulge in such activities. They were each disqualified from owning a dog for 5 years. All 3 were refused bail pending an appeal and taken to Armley Jail in Leeds. The men's defence solicitors had argued that the fight hadn't been pre-arranged. It had happened after the 2 owners, Julian O'Donnell and Martin Wood, had argued in this pub in Ripon about whose dog was best. Later, O'Donnell told police the rivalry got heated and it was decided that the dogs should settle it. The group then returned to the basement of the house and after setting out a ring, the fight began. But 30 minutes later, RSPCA inspectors, backed by more than a dozen police officers, smashed their way in. They found one of the dogs was injured. Both were later destroyed. RSPCA officials were satisfied with today's outcome.
We're very pleased with the results today. It's a very good sentence in our opinion. It's in line with other sentences that are being given for dogfight cases. It just shows that the magistrates have a similar view to us about the severity of it. It's a good result from basically a case that's been a lot of hard work from our undercover boys and a great deal of help from the Knaresborough police as well.
Meanwhile, 3 more men will appear in court in October, charged in connection.
Some of the charged, quite literally. Castle Howard in North Yorkshire, the setting for the Brideshead Revisited television series, is hoping that visitors will take to the water in style in a brand new motor vessel.
Unfortunately, it was hardly jolly boating weather with a nice steady drizzle to put a bit of a dampener on the proceedings. Nevertheless, the Honourable Simon Howard braved the elements to officially launch a new Victorian-style motor vessel on the estate's Great Lake.
I named this boat the Dame.
And he managed to get himself and others even wetter. The boat is named after his aunt, Dame Christian Howard, and it'll ferry visitors around the lake. The vessel also recreates the days when the lake was the setting for an annual regatta, which ran from 1885 until the turn of the century. The boathouse itself has been turned into a cafe, all part of a major project to bring the area back to life.
Well, we've spent a great deal of money restoring the lake bank and brought the lake up to its full level. In fact, it hasn't been at this level for consistently for 2 years, for at least 50 years. And we thought, having developed the new adventure playground and the boathouse as a lakeside cafe, we felt it'd be fitting to have a lake with a boat going up and down on it.
Care has also been taken to protect wildlife.
The wildlife project itself is one of conservation within the existing boundaries of the lake. Before we did any work on the banks, we looked carefully at the nesting areas of the various different duck and fish, and have left certain areas of reed and outcrops, so to speak, where they can still breed. But at the same time, we've opened up areas so that the public can get views of the lake that they didn't have before. And the fishing has improved over the years, and as a result of more water in the lake and better flow patterns, we seem to have better catches.
Certainly a picturesque spot. Obviously, you'd be hoping for some good weather this summer as well.
It'd make a change, wouldn't it?